I saved my mom's house from being foreclosed and found her $36,000 that year and every year now since from an Airbnb. I'm gonna show you how that works. Disclaimer, you're gonna need a box of tissues. In 2016, I moved my entire family from Colorado to California. My daughter was 6 years old at the time. And yes, I am an only child. I can't believe I just admitted to that in public. That being said, me and my parents we have a tight bond. They love me. I am gonna switch gears here because this is a touchy subject. But yeah, we did move out here to California. And then as I was trying to build a business out here, I received a phone call from my mom that my dad was not doing too well and he was in the hospital. I took my daughter, 6 years old at the time, and we drove immediately to Colorado to see my dad and my mom. When we got there at the hospital, he didn't look good. My mom had been staying there for multiple days without any rest. So I told her to take Taya, my daughter, and go rest at the house while I stayed with dad. When I was there, the doctor had come out of the room that he was in and talked to him. And he informed me that he had cancer. It was very aggressive and it didn't take long for it to take my dad's life. It was a hit to the family for sure. And it was definitely a hit to my mom. Obviously, it was an emotional hit, but he was also the breadwinner of the family. Without him, my mom didn't have an income, and I was helping her out and doing everything that I possibly could to help her with her situation. When I came back to California, only 3 months after he had passed away, my wife at the time also left and took everything. So I had to start all over from scratch, and I felt powerless. I felt like I couldn't help my mom, and she wasn't able to pay the bills, and was possibly going to lose the house. At that time, I really started pushing for her to do an Airbnb. And we'd had many conversations about this because at this point, I had been doing Airbnb and doing very well with it from being referred by my friends Chi-Chi and Gordon. We've had conversations, but they were always the same conversations. She didn't want to have someone else in her house and the logistics of it all and different things like that. A lot of same things that most people are concerned about with doing the Airbnb in their residence. In this situation, she agreed to try it out, which I'm super glad that she did because it didn't take much. We turned the whole bottom portion into a unit and made it to where she had a little bit of privacy, started getting guests in, and she loved it. It was a blast for her. And she thought that it was going to be very difficult. She loved it. She still does it to this day. And it brought in $36,000 of extra income that we didn't expect for that year and allowed her to save the house. She was able to continue her lifestyle. Now to this day, I've helped her develop 2 other rentals, and she's short-term renting those too with Airbnbs and doing very well and is able to travel. Been such a blessing to myself, but also to my mom. And it was such a blessing because in that time when I didn't feel like I could help my mom and I was struggling, I was also able to help my mom by empowering her to start her Airbnb and get going the proper way and with great effect. And to this day, she's still reaping the benefits of that. And that's the case for you too. So if you are on the fence of starting an Airbnb, and thinking the same things like, I don't know if I want someone in my house or all these different types of things, I highly suggest that we talk. You can book a conversation with me in a link down in the description below. Go to the website, get a host app. If you click the link in the description, it'll give you a credit towards Airbnb as well. So there you go. And that way you can just see how simple it is to set up a profile and put up a listing, and you don't have to list it right away, but you can see the interface and see how easy it is. And that's a great first step. If you'd like to talk to me about how to do that a little bit more easily and with surety that it's going to work out, we can do that too. I highly suggest to start, and it's a wonderful thing that's made my mom a ton of money and myself a lot of money as well. And now I'm doing things that I didn't think that I could do before. Blessings. Have a good day.